Yeah. I know. What is this? You got a lined paper here?
Yeah. This is a. We're about to see this unreleased nerd video from November.
I've never seen this before. And I, since college, had always talked about the Zelda timeline, and we had lots of conversations about the Zelda timeline. We worked on a Zelda timeline video together.
I think it broke your computer.
We worked on the video for a long time. I helped out with it. I did some of the editing on it and whatnot. And I'm a big Zelda fan, so we worked on that video very much together. Then I think my writing style was a little different than yours. So then you took it and you fixed it up and did different things and whatever.
It was largely
you needed a video to come out because you were on a time crunch.
Yeah, I think I was sick. I was
you were sick, yeah.
But like more than just sick, I was like for 4 months straight. I was like really ill.
Yeah.
And I remember during that time, it was really hard to make videos. So I could only shoot on a rare day when I wasn't feeling like too bad.
So. And this piece of paper is James explaining what the hell the deal was. So when you watch that video, that intro, that's what this is. That's interesting. I never saw that before.
There's another thing I know. We'll get to it soon. But Mario 3 was made during that sick time. And I didn't have a voice for a lot of that. Like a lot of times I actually didn't have a voice. I couldn't talk for a while. And on certain days, I'd get my voice back a little bit. And it would sound like I'd be like, what you're about to see is an unreleased tournament. That's what my voice sounded like. It was terrible. But the thing is, I sounded like in The Exorcist, the demon Pazuzu's voice.
Pazuzu.
They don't say Pazuzu in the first movie, but anyway, it's in the book. They say it. But I decided I sound just like that. I should record it for the Mario 3 video. So what you hear in there is my actual voice when I'm sick. And I used it as the demon's voice.
So you utilized being sick?
I utilized being sick for that video. And then on the days when I was better, I filmed the rest of my stuff with the nerd.
And then like the person who gets this can... And that goes for all of these. Like, whoever actually ends up getting this, they can have this and they can go back and they can watch the video and actually look through this as they're watching the video and be like, oh, I see what he's thinking. Mm-hmm. You know? This is really cool.
Yeah, it really will be, like, to kind of get the insight into the process. Yeah. And to share it, too, in this video before it all, goes out. You finish the video, then you have the script, and it's like, it either goes in the garbage or it goes in the filing cabinet. And most of the time I'd be like, okay, filing cabinet. Just put it in there. I'll figure out what to do with it later. Those are the storyboards.
I know what that is. That's Atari 5200.
Yep.
Where he holds up because he's got the Wicco thing because it's not the right plug. Although since that video, we figured out all those problems because I have the Atari 5200 controller interface, so now we can actually play Atari 5200 with Genesis controllers. Here we got some monkey cheese for monkey cheese fans in here. When I say monkey, you say cheese. Monkey! Cheese! Monkey! Cheese! Monkey to the cheese, to the cheese, to the monkey. Cheese to the monkey, to the monkey, to the cheese. Monkey to the cheese, to the cheese, to the monkey. Cheese to the cheese, your monkey's chunky, chunk of cheese. When the cheese is too chunky, the monkey gets funky. Smother brother's uncle in your mother's sunken trunk. When a punk sees the monkey getting spunky like a drunk. Duck in a bunker full of junk and funny skunks. No wonder you're dumber than a monkey dunker's uncle, cause your Muppet fucking grunkle's got a hunk under his buckle. Brass monkey, gold monkey too. Nobody know what the monkey may do, but what the monkey see, the monkey may do. That's what they say the monkey see, the monkey do. Monkey see, monkey do, monkey see, monkey do. You see the monkey and the monkey see you. Monkey see, monkey do, monkey see, monkey do. But what the monkey see is the monkey go boom. Everything has to explode at the end.
It can't be a sound effect.
No,
it's got to be.
If you use a sound effect, it's not funny. You got to go. Here's a microphone, right? And you got to cover your mouth like that too, because that does anything. You go, because it's different than. All right, we got Dream Phone here. Script of Dream Phone. There's a lot of drawings on this one because that was a very elaborate video. Very cool. Yeah, still one of my favorites. And I guess the only thing I can say about this one is it's got the storyboards on the side. That's why I'm selling, that's why I'm auctioning off some of those separate. Because certain episodes I think are really special on their own, and then other ones I just kind of bundle together. So a lot of thought went into this as to how I should divide these up for the auction. Right, because I understand that. Yeah. So this is 12 Days of Shitsmas, and this was tough because imagine I'm filming this and I have 12 presents behind me and 12 presents for 12 games, and then you show me opening each of them.
and to open them and then not have the present behind me anymore for the rest of the video, I had to shoot in order a lot of times so that the continuity was there. So that's why when it says wrapping paper and all these like notes, like I have all these numbers, like in which order I'm supposed to.
All these things have all these crazy lines and notes on them. It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
it's like you're like a madman, like you're writing like the fucking mad scientist notes. Yeah. I remember it when you did the trailer for Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and there was the chalkboard with all Hyde's crazy notes. These are all your crazy notes. This is your mad scientist.
Actually, this right here is basically, this video was so complicated, so long. I had to break these all up into like
individual.
Basically, this was like a separate script on how to shoot the video. It's just like the list.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. Look, notice with these.
Oh, this is the individual script?
These are the individual scripts.
Okay.
And here's what I would do is I have a color code at the top for cutaways, games, and images.
Wow.
So every time there is any kind of cutaway, like of the cartridge or of the system, it's in green.
Wow.
Then every time when it's like other game footage that isn't the game I'm talking about, like let's say this is Tag and Dragon, but then somewhere in here I mentioned some other game, which I don't think I do here, but like when I do, then that would be in blue. So instead of jumping around like, okay, I'm editing, now I got to get this image. Oh, now I got to get footage of this game. Oh, now I need to get another image. Now I need to get footage of this. It's a mess. So instead, I have it all organized so that I can fly a lot quicker. So all the game footage, I'll get that. I'll just sit down and go through, okay, how many fucking game footage clips do I need? Like, okay, in this video I talk about Mario 64 for like 3 seconds. Okay, I need Mario 64. I'll be like, hey Mike, I need footage of Mario 64.
There's a good example of where I come in. Then I'm like, playing Mario 64.
But I'll do it all at once, and then I'll get all the footage. Now I'm good. I have all the footage I need. Then I go into the images. Images are like, I have to make something in Photoshop, like a still image. So I got to do all the stuff there. And that I'll do all at once. And then the cutaways, that's all. I just shoot that all in a row. So it kind of helps me break it up into steps rather than being like a total mess and running around like a...
By the way, thanks to my girlfriend, by the way, for getting that Mario 64 shot for that video, because she did that, actually, nice. Not me.
Awesome.
She loves that game.
Cool. It's a good one.
I do too. But this is the video the one nerd video that I appear in, actually, the Lethal Weapon episode. And the reason why is because it was funny because of the guy going off the screen.
Yeah.
So James goes off the screen and then I come back in. That's the joke there.
The funniest thing I thought was when you walk off the screen and then come back to change your character.
But it's not enough to make a full like 15-20 minute episode about, you know.
And then some of those actually did end up being like 10
some of them did
over 10-minute videos.
Actually, I think the best review in my opinion that you ever did of an Atari game was this right here.
I remember you liked that.
There's so many, you know why? There are so many funny parts to this. I'm talking about the Porky's one. That video is so fucking funny, and I didn't think, I was like, because you told me originally, you told me the list of games, and like Porky's for Atari was on there. I was like, oh, I think I played that game like once a long time ago. I was like, oh, okay, like sounds good. And then you did, and I watched the video, and I was like, this is like hilarious. I can't believe you made something that good out of it. Really, I was so impressed with how you took such a nothing thing and made it into something so good. Like you made something great out of nothing. Because really,
my favorite one was the Universal theme park game, because that was just
I brought that over.
Well, we did it as a James and Mike first, and then realized we were like, oh shit, like this really should have been a nerd video, which usually doesn't happen. But that was a case where, who would have thought that would have been so bad? Like, who would have thought that would have a GameCube game, a launch? It was like
that's why I had to show it to you. I brought it over and I showed it to you, and your face, you were just like your face lit up in excitement, and then it went to like horror because you saw like E.T. on there and like all the different like.
Well, at first it's like, okay, it's got E.T., it's got Back to the Future, Jaws, it's got all these things. It's a GameCube launch game. How could it be that bad? And then it turned out to be like the most gold material for nerd, and I'm glad we did it first as a James and Mike, though, now I think about it, because that really helped me kind of get my thoughts together and then be like, okay, here's what we did spontaneously, but now what could I do scripted and really think it through a lot and then really work on the jokes and everything.
It seems like every one of these scripts you're doing something a little different.
Yeah,
like all these particular things that you have to...
Yeah, it's like so it just depends on the way it is.
Nintendo World Championships episode. Yeah. I wasn't really involved in this one, so you have anything to say about the NWC episode?
We did a commentary on this, which explains it better.
Okay.
But he came up with this idea because he had these rare games and was like, we could be one of the first people to like really, use these games in a video in like a narrative function like this.
I see you got it signed by Pat too.
Yeah, that was one where we actually signed it when he was here. Like when
he did.
It's dated. There we signed it on.
He did it back when you filmed it.
July 11th, 2011.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
And speaking of charity, I mean, Pat does a lot of charity auctions himself.
Oh yeah, for many years. It's probably been like 5 or 6 years in a row. Maybe I've done I'll do like an exclusive nerd review with him for the charity.
I saw you did Sky Kid. I saw you did Bubble Bobble.
Yeah, we did like Adventure Island. A
lot of them.
Yeah, so I've been doing this is my first big charity thing like this, but Pat does the marathon every year, so I'll always help. I've helped other people with charities for so long, but this is the first like really big one I'm doing on my own.
On your own,
yeah.
How about you know what's bullshit?
You know what's bullshit?
I'm involved on the level of I do the drawings. I'm the illustrator, I guess you could say, for the series of it's bullshit.
I want to do more of those again, but I'm trying to wait till there's like a batch. Like I need a batch of bullshit. Like I can't just do one. I want to do because it's easier to film. It's more efficient to film a bunch of them in a row, like I did that time.
Right.
In 2012, I did like 10 of them back to back, and when you do that, you're able to film like. You can write scripts for a bunch of them in a row, then you film them all a bunch in a row, and then you edit them all in a bunch in a row. Once you get to the editing phase, then it starts to feel like they're all getting done quick, like it's an assembly line. Where when you jump back and forth between those 3 steps, then it kind of takes a little slower. You lose the momentum.
So to the person who gets these, it's bullshit notes and scripts and things, something you and is also kind of interesting. So James would write the script. And what this is actually drawings that James made, and he then sends this to me or gives this to me, and this is just a quick thing that James would draw in 2 seconds because he wrote it, so he knows what the image needs to be, and then I get this and I say, okay, and then I go ahead and I make the full illustration off of that, and that would be, those are separate drawings that I have, that at some point, someday we can do, maybe we'll do another auction and do that. We've actually... given some of those away before. Another crazy shoot for a Board James episode. We got the scripts here. What do we got going on here? What the hell is this? That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, I color coded it where there's each camera angle was, because every time you change the camera angle, everything's got to change. Everything gets to move. So you want to do you never want to return to the same camera angle. You want to shoot all of one camera angle all at once, then move on to the second one, then on to the third one, keep going.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the game, the movie, trailer.
That and the Board James Nightmare.
You know what we need to do more of? We need to talk more about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I don't think we've done enough of that.
What's unfortunate is that we're telling the truth.
We do have
unfortunately.
But also on top of that, you get awesome original James drawings of...
There's the storyboards, yeah.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Really, really cool. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the game, the movie.
One of my favorite videos my favorite ones I've ever made, period. Really.
Yeah, I think it's great. Christmas Carol.
Mm-hmm.
This has a lot of drawings on the sides of the parts, the past and the present and all those things that you shot when you have the top hat and all that stuff.
Color coded and also it has to do with if I'm running behind schedule that day, when I would go through the color coding shots, I would do this is how many shots there were in each category. So let's say okay, I only have time today to finish up about a couple hours worth. What do I have here? Okay, there's 13 dark green shots. So, okay, I'm not gonna film those. Let me do something like 4. Okay, let me do the 4 purple shots.
Okay, this is loony. That's loony.
Well, it helped.
I'm glad that it helped you, but it's really loony.
Well, for somebody else to look at, that's why I'm explaining it.
So somebody gets it and they're like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And this is funny too. Home Alone 2 on the NE fucking S. I like that that's written out.
Yeah. And you gotta say it way faster. I hate shitty fucking games because shitty fucking Christmas means more shitty fucking games. Humbug, bah, fucking humbug into hell.
There you go. Oh, do you have it divided up into past, present, and future too with the color coding? Is that what the gray mean? Like gray?
Gray was for the old nerd, just so I knew which. It's broken up into what, because obviously I'm not going to get into the old nerd costume and then jump into the other costume and then go back and forth. I'm going to get it all done at once. So that was what the the goal of that was.
We got another elaborate video, Mario 3.
Very elaborate one.
You have so many different methods of doing things. This is cool. Now tell me about this. This is unique.
Yeah, well...
it's just on different paper, I guess, but it's a storyboard.
Well, you see the red circles? The red circles were the microphone. Like, because here's the thing that you gotta know, that there's shots that have sound and shots that don't have sound. The shots that don't have sound, usually, there might be sound effects added in later, but basically I don't need to record anything on set, like while I'm shooting. So that means... I have this like tripod with a boom mic on it, so I'm always like dragging that thing around wherever the camera goes. That thing has to go, and it's always in the way. So I try to get all the shots done with sound first. Also, not to mention, I have to do it when nobody else is home or when there isn't like other noises going on in the house. So basically, it's always an issue of when am I doing sound, when am I not doing sound. And when I'm not doing sound, I love it because then I get to listen to music while I'm shooting stuff.
That's like when I'm coloring like the covers of the DVD things. I get to just like put in Photoshop and like listen to music. That's the best, or listen to whatever you want to listen to. What's great about this is like there's drawings in here of like Super Mecha Death Christ that James drew. Like watch your fucking language and all that. By the way, Super Mecha Death Christ, Mecha Godzilla.
Somehow a lot of people thought that was mega because the way I say it in that video,
it does sound a little.
I was kind of sick still, so I was like I was kind of nasally, and I just said mega instead of mecha. But you'll notice that I went through the effort to color the puke green on here. You might think, well, why do you have to color the storyboard? That's not necessary. Right. But it actually was, because for continuity, I needed to be very clear when I was breezing through this, which shots do I have the puke on my face and which shots don't. So like any kind of like, whenever there's blood continuity or puke or shit or whatever it is in these videos.
Oh, I know about that. Like, we got Street Fighter 2010. You did that in the year 2010. This is all 2010 stuff. Raid 2020 coming up in 2020. That's only 4 years away. We're gonna get there.
No.
It's gonna happen.
That's like frightening. The fact that it was like wow, 2010. If I'm still doing this in 2010, and like now it's like
when you made Street Fighter 2010.
That was like 6 years ago now, and now 2020. I mean,
it's on the way.
You're not even joking.
I'm not.
It's gonna be here before we know it.
I wanted to mention this one. How the Nerd Stole Christmas. Bear McCreary did the music for this, and I did more drawings for this video than I ever did for any other video.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of all the different drawings, so that was a lot of work. And I know on your end you wrote the thing, but you also wrote it in rhyme, and that had to be difficult yet fun.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. Movie reviews.
See, okay, so this one's different. Okay. See, this one's different because it's kind of like...
well, it was like a video. It was a comedy video.
Yeah. Like a play format, the way this one is written. So we print out one for me, one for you. Yours was highlighted.
Okay,
so we each read off of one. This is the type... I would write a script like this in this format when there's not a lot of action in it.
And by the way, that was very hard for me to do because I mentioned earlier...
I remember that, yeah.
I mentioned earlier I'm not an actor and I'm not good at remembering lines. And we did that video, and I can talk like this naturally all day. Yeah. Like I can talk, but to actually remember passages, I'm just terrible at.
Especially when it's a wordplay thing, because that was like Abbott and Costello, where it's like this, like you have to say it a specific way. You can't just remember it, but there's like wordplay in it. So
we got through it, but it was hard. This is the C-Man script. You also seem to got
this one. Okay. This is interesting. You're talking about how there's a different strategy with each one. This one, I was trying something a little new. Sometimes in videos, I was never really happy about how my voice would sometimes, like not all the time, but like every once in a while, like I would read something kind of calm and then read something really like angry and loud, where it wouldn't really happen at the right time. Sometimes I'd be like, I really wish I was more angry on this line, but on this line I said it more sanely, So then this one, I actually figured it out. I made 3 different colors for the different anger levels. The ones that are spoken pretty calm, there's no highlight. But when I start getting serious, it's in yellow. Then when it ramps up a little more, it gets orange. And then red is when I scream. So this would kind of help with the dynamics of the speech.
That's good. It's like fire. It's like the heat.
Exactly, building. Yeah. But
there you go. You can actually see that here.
Yeah.
It looks like fire on the... It's like... It's like getting angry. Piss the fuck off. There you go.
Because sometimes I allow myself to go off the script a little bit. I'll let myself change it if I can't remember the exact lines. Because sometimes it's more important not what's exactly written. Sometimes what's important is just saying what feels natural in the moment. That's the way I'm with actors too. I like when I direct actors, I let them, make up lines a little bit. Like I'll
give them freedom.
I'll be like, here, say it like it is in the script, but then here, maybe say one, just change it a little if you want. Let them kind of, because they might come up with something better.
Right.
It's like, who are you as a director to just know exactly what's the best thing all the time? Sometimes they might have a better idea.
So here we have the Nightmare script. Look at this.
Was this a crazy video or what?
One of the nerd videos might have had that many, or like the Crazy Castle video might have had this many.
Stack them up.
But this is another one. Let's compare. Can you grab like Crazy Castle and compare it to Nightmare? Okay.
This is Crazy Castle.
This is Nightmare. Nightmare beat it by about an inch.
Well, so that like half as much, or that's
it's about half.
About twice, twice as much was Nightmare.
Yeah, that's how crazy Nightmare
That was a crazy video. And you'll notice that what I did here was I got different color index cards, so that because in the Nightmare episode there are so many different worlds going on at the same time, and each of these worlds was a different color. So
I remember these all being up on that board and then ripping them off as we shot it.
So we broke it up between shots with Bootsy, shots with Mike, shots with just me, shots with all three of us, shots with you and Bootsy, shots with me and you, shots with me and Bootsy, and it was just all over the place.
You know how these shoots go from my perspective? James goes, stand over there, now scream, now put your head up, now do this, now do that, and then I do it. Put the wire over there, because I'm like, I come over and I see this and I'm like, okay, whatever you want, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Because so that's Nightmare. So
but at least give you guys an idea of what it is before.
Oh no, absolutely.
So at least you know something.
And we try to give notes and stuff, but it's hard with something like that because it's so involved.
Oh, Nightmare was one of those things where it was so the story was so complicated that it just wasn't even worth explaining until the video was made. It's right.
It took me a while to understand, but as we were going through it, I understood more and more what it is. Yeah. So I knew what the video was going to be before you showed me the edit, but it took me a long time to understand because it was so complicated. It's very non-linear. AVGN Dracula, great episode, and hey, you know what happened in this episode? The landmark nerd moment. Fred Fox. So you get that. We got Star Wars in here, and this is great. Whoever gets this, because it's
Star Wars Rebel Assault,
Star Wars Dark Forces,
Star Wars Jedi Academy,
Star Wars Rogue Squadron,
Star Wars Battlefront,
Lego Star Wars,
Star Wars Chess,
Star Wars Pod Racer,
Star Wars Puzzle Blaster,
Jar Jar Binks Bingo,
Death Star Builder 3.0,
Chewie's Wookiee Cookie Cookin',
Stormtrooper Tennis,
Jabba's Farts Unleashed.
That was a good one. Wedge's Wedgie Attack,
Fishing for Akbars,
Super Sith Shit Toss Tournament Edition,
Boba Fett's name game, find his name in the fucking movies,
Governor Tarkin versus Count Dookie.
And then a buffalo shits.
Oh, that's right, because it doesn't finish, because that's where the buffalo shits.
Yeah. This is stuff for the Kid Cool video.
So that was the end rant from Kid Cool. You can see the tape where this is. You see how it's cut? It's cut like this way so that I would have it right on the lens of the camera, right about there. Right. And then,
This is the making of?
The making of. There you go.
This is the script. This is the script to the making of video. There you go. That's a hardcore fan right there who gets that one. And Dark Castle is the last thing I got in here. I remember it was funny on the wall. The Saddam is here.
Yeah, see, when you have something in a game like that, then you could just run with it. That gives you some, when you get good material like that.
It does depend on the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. It depends. What is the game going to give me? And I feel like I've seen it all by this point.
You do. I've got some things right over there we can go look at.
Yeah.
And
it's got to be fresh. It's got to be something that unlike anything I've seen before.
I've got
like Seaman. That was a great choice. Like,
I've been handing this guy things for 10 years, and he always thinks that he's done until I hand him something, and he's like, "Fuck, all right." So here you go.
Yeah. Well, it's been 10 years since the Nerd appeared on YouTube.
2004 is when you created the Nerd. 2006 is when the Nerd was popularized and went out to all you guys.
Yeah.
And it's great that all these scripts and collectibles and things from the series and from the movie and board games and everything and movie reviews and all that are going out to people who would appreciate it, and that it's going to a good cause.
Yeah, 10 years of the Nerd being on YouTube and the internet. It's been a great ride, so thanks for making it awesome for me and for both of us, and I hope that we can keep making it awesome for you.
Much more to come.